Hey guys, welcome back to Pop Culture with Pat. Today I'm giving you my review on Eli Roth's Thanksgiving.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Trick or treat!
An axe-wielding maniac terrorizes residents of Plymouth, Massachusetts after a Black Friday riot ends in tragedy and starts taking out those involved one by one. So having a horror movie take place on a holiday is nothing new. Obviously with Halloween, you have the whole Halloween franchise, you have Trick or Treat, amongst many others. For Christmas, you have Silent Night, Deadly Night, Black Christmas, Krampus, as well as others. Valentine's Day, you have Valentine, My Bloody Valentine, etc. But so far up to this point, there really hasn't been a lot of Thanksgiving ones, or I should say ones that are really good. And I wouldn't say that I am the biggest Eli Roth fan out there, but I do respect how passionate he is for the genre. And it is pretty cool, the origins of this film, how it came about, coming from a fake trailer in another film, and now we're finally getting to see this movie in theaters. And also, it's always fun when a horror movie, or really just any movie, takes place near where I'm from, because we don't really get to see that happen too often, so that was a fun element to the movie as well. So the opening of the film, there is this massive riot that takes place at this store that's supposed to be Walmart. It's called Right Mart, I believe, in the film. And I imagine they just couldn't get the rights to use Walmart in here because probably with what happens, after these events in the movie, and I don't blame Walmart for that. But it actually kind of reminds me, it's very similar to another horror film that took place around the holidays, Krampus, where you have a bunch of people on Black Friday going to the stores, fighting each other, knocking things over. Granted, the events here in Thanksgiving end up being much more violent. And when the people are waiting outside the store just to be let into the place, they just start flipping out on each other, dropping F-bombs left and right. And I thought this element was hilarious because maybe not so much anymore because a lot of shopping is done online at this point, but definitely the early 2000s, the 90s, 80s, etc., when more people went to the stores, went to the malls to do their shopping specifically for Black Friday, you would have things like this happen, just people freaking out on each other, getting into fights. So I thought that element was pretty funny, especially where it's all over a stupid, I think it was like a waffle maker in the film. So pretty ridiculous, but yeah, I thought that was really funny. But multiple people end up getting killed because of this riot, and that's what gives motivation to our killer a year later to go on a murder spree, targeting the people that were specifically involved in this event. And so we get our killer who's dressed as a pilgrim named John Carver, and their primary weapon is an axe, but they use a number of different creative ways to kill people throughout the movie. The mask and the costume is pretty simple, but it's creepy and effective, so I dug it, and I can definitely see it becoming a popular Halloween costume or a cosplay in years to come. Now, as far as the kills in the movie go, that might be probably the best thing about this movie overall. You can say a lot of things when it comes to Eli Roth as a director, but one thing that you can count on for sure is that he is going to bring it when it comes to the gore and kills in a horror movie, and that's exactly what he does this time around. And as far as my theater experience with this goes, I had an amazing experience. So I went to the theater, I was expecting it to, maybe be halfway full. It's right before the holidays, so, a lot of people getting ready to start travel, so I wasn't sure how it was going to do, but the theater that I actually went to was close to sold out, and the audience consisted of everything from fairly young kids to a number of older people in the audience as well, and just watching the movie, when some of the kills would happen and the gore that we would get, you could hear the reactions from everyone in the theater, and so that definitely added to the experience for me. Thanksgiving definitely reminds me of some of those early 90s and early 2000s slashers, which was fun. I'm happy to see that the slasher genre seems to be having a resurgence as of recently, which I'm all for because that's probably one of my favorite subgenres in the horror genre. You also have the whodunit murder mystery aspect of the film, which I usually enjoy when it comes to my horror movies, specifically slashers. I would say for this time around, though, one of my negatives for the movie is that the reveal of who the killer is. I kind of saw that coming a mile away. Right from the beginning of the movie, I was like, I have an idea this person might be the killer, and sure enough, that's who it was. And usually I try not to do that, but I don't know, I just felt it was a little too predictable this time around. And then just as far as like another aspect it goes, which kind of ties into that, Just the writing sometimes could be a little questionable. So those would probably be my only two negatives for the film. But overall, I did have a ton of fun at the theater with Thanksgiving, and I can see this becoming something I revisit around Thanksgiving each year and recommend horror fans check this out. As far as the score goes, I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10. Like I said, I really enjoyed it. It was a great theatrical experience for me. I hope if you guys got to see the film that you had a great theater experience as well. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Did you get a chance to see Thanksgiving this weekend? If not, is it something that you're going to try and see this week before the holiday? Let me know down below in the comments. As always, guys, if you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button as well as the bell button next to it. That way you get notifications for all my new videos. Make sure you guys have a happy Thanksgiving. And as always, guys, please make sure to check back for more Pop Culture with Pat.